Hi, we're just outside Just Zilch, which is Palmerston North's free food store. Yes, free food. So come on inside and meet Rebecca Culver. She's the coordinator for Just Zilch here in Palmerston North.
Hi, Alice.
And there she is. Surprise, surprise. Hi,
Welcome to
Rebecca.
Just Zilch. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Great.
Now,
Hey, do you guys want to have a look around the
yeah,
shop?
yeah. Show us around.
Yeah, great. We've been given this fantastic premises on a permanent basis by Gull, and they're paying our power for us.
That's amazing.
It's awesome. But guess what?
What's that?
Our fridges and our freezers are empty.
Oh, look, they've got these fridges and these freezers that they've been given. I mean, what a gift is this? And they're empty.
Absolutely empty.
Are they permanently empty or do they fill up?
Not permanently.
They fill up and they're going. Look at that.
They're
look
going
at the
because
size of them.
we're hopeful, we're on faith that we're going to get something, but at the moment, they're absolutely empty.
So you need frozen food.
We need frozen food.
Food.
Yeah.
Now, you could say, and I have heard people say about Just Zilch, oh, look, it's not going to work. Well, my idea is, if you're feeding the children, it's working.
We're feeding heaps of people, and that's a really cool thing. I mean, we get like 60 people or more in here every day, 5 days a week, and it's been amazing. We've seen like an average of 250 to 300 people come through. Now, some of those are the same people every day, but most of them, the majority of them, are different people.
But the thing is, the food is donated.
Yep.
And if it wasn't donated, it would be dumped.
It would. Well, for the most part, we've had some really generous donors give us some of their, gone out of their way, things out of their cupboard, for example, that they don't use or that are surplus. We even had one guy who was divorcing his wife and he just wanted to get rid of a lot of stuff. And it was the perfect place to bring it. However, let me show you our shelves at the moment.
Oh, whoa. You're down to some pretty bare essentials, aren't you?
Not even bare essentials. I can offer you perfume.
Oh, thank you. I've just been sniffing those, actually. Very nice.
Or some, or maybe some eye smoother, or skin softener, or shampoo and conditioner. We have some ladies' products and a couple of baby things, but that's actually all we've got left.
So what you need is people to clean out their cupboards, for one.
Yeah.
That's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look, all the flats are going to be emptying very shortly.
Absolutely.
When is it? October, the exams are finishing. November 14th is traditional. Students, if you're going to be leaving Palmerston North, don't leave a mess for your landlord. Bring all your food down here.
Make sure it hasn't gone off too badly.
No, we don't want food that's gone off. But I mean, things like custard powder and flour and,
That's right.
and baking powder, basic essentials that you buy for a flat.
And they don't go off. And even if goods are expired, if it's in closed packet, we're more than happy to take it. The other thing is fruit and veggies. If people have fruit and veggies growing in their garden, this is behind you. This is where we keep our fruit and veggies. And at the moment, you'll see we have a grand sum of some onion skins.
Yeah, that's not going to feed me, is it?
It's not going to feed anyone else. We had heaps and heaps of lemons. They're all gone. We've given them all away. Well, part of it is that we don't want to just have a shop. We want to take Just Zilch mobile. So we want to get out to the people so that if they can't come in here, we're going to see them.
So you're taking them food as well?
We're taking them food as well. So we cleared out the shop. We went out last night and we gave all our food away. So we were a little bit like,
staring
what are we
morning.
doing?
Yeah.
But you know what? We're trusting that today we're going to get a whole lot more food. So, for example, these cabinets here, we know that I've got a couple of cafes on board that I know that those cafes are going to supply us with the food that they have left over. But on any given day, we don't know what they have. So we need more businesses to get involved with us so that we can give away more food.
Well, give it away rather than throw it away.
Yeah.
Look, I know, when you take, say if you work in a cafe and you've got all this excess food and people say, oh, yummy, aren't you lucky you take it home? I tell you what, you get so sick of it. So why not give it away to somebody who will actually appreciate it?
Exactly. And we've been so blessed having these cabinets, having the heated cabinets. So even if a pie comes from a cafe, we can keep it warm for the people coming in. It snowed earlier in the week, and that day we got given heaps of leftover pies. don't even know where they came from, just someone came and dropped them off. And people were so glad to have a hot pie to fill their stomachs.
So, whereabouts is most of the food coming from, do you think?
Well, we do have some regular suppliers in terms of cafes, only a few though, and I know there's heaps more cafes in the city that aren't able to, or are not choosing to give to us at this stage. Unfortunately, I think the pigs are getting fed better than a lot of the people in the city.
Sad.
It's really sad. But we've also had just individuals dropping stuff off to us, and that has been amazing. We've had other people, so we've got like The Verdict and Not Now James and Marbeck's and Capers Cafe, who on a daily basis will give us whatever they have left. But to be honest, sometimes it's like 2 muffins, and sometimes it's a whole box of stuff. Just depends on what they sell on the day. So it's kind of like, it just makes you go, oh, well, we don't know what we're going to have. Now, don't get me wrong, that was part of our plan, is that we would rely each day on daily bread. This is kind of the extreme example, is that we've actually run out of food. So sometimes we have a little bit to fall back on, but today we have nothing.
Well, that's a real challenge to your faith, isn't it?
It certainly is.
But you haven't been let down so far?
So far we haven't. Today is a new day. I expect that we will have between 50 and 70 people lining up at our doors today. And by the time this goes to air, the food that we get today will have run out. So it'll be another day where we're saying we need more food.
So let's just think outside the square a minute. We've got cafes in the centre, and have you got any supermarkets on board?
We have a Couch Renew World who have been really generous in getting on board. We get stuff from them once a week, their credits and their bread, and for us that's huge.
Yeah.
But we know it's just the beginning. And the supermarkets, if anyone's watching, we know that there's stuff given away already, but we also know there's plenty of stuff that's still being thrown away.
Okay, so that's a few other supermarkets that haven't yet come to the party, and I think if they did come to the party, they'd see the need.
Absolutely. I mean, I would invite anybody to come down and just volunteer for one day to see what it's like. If you own a business and you're not convinced about what we're doing, come down and have a look for themselves. I invite anyone to come and volunteer down here and see what it's really like and see the people that we're serving.
Yeah, see them on the bread line.
Yeah.
And it might only be a situational thing. It might not be permanent, but you can get caught out. What is that joke about making your paycheck spread?
Well, I don't know what the joke is, but what I do know is that you can only put your money in so many jars. Eventually, you can't split it up anymore. And, you know, one of the cool things about us being open for just over 2 months now is that we're getting the stories of people whose lives are being changed. So, for example, one lady who's self-employed came in and she said, look, I haven't been paid for 3 weeks because I've got all these people that owe me money and they're having trouble paying me, and I owe all these people money. So what could she do? She was in a rock and a hard place, you know. And so she came here and she was in tears just because she was able to get some food. And it was a simple, simple thing for her to be able to just get a bit extra to tie her through the week. I went into a shop and a lady recognised me and she was talking to the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper thought what we were doing was great, and I was like, oh, that's nice. But what this lady went on to say is that her son had come home from Boys High and said that a group of boys at his school were talking about Just Zilch because they were able to come here and get food after school one day, and they were kids that don't have breakfast and don't have lunch, but they were able to come here and get something. Now, in the way the school system is, they often try and find those kids and either send them home or give them something to eat or whatever it is, but they're too prideful. They won't tell anyone they haven't eaten, but they were able to come here and get something. Now, to me, it was an amazing story because we're not asking questions, we're not putting an age limit on anything, we're just saying, look, if you're in need, come and get what you need for the day. And just, you know, don't clear out the shop, although at the moment there's nothing to take. You know, the reality is that people have been really respectful of that.
Now, at home, would you please collect your plastic bags? Just Zilch needs plastic bags to put the produce in, because people are coming every day for free food, and they're needing people, and it's free food, it's donated, but they don't have enough plastic bags. We need plastic bags for Just Zilch. We would also like, if you have an excess of produce at home, like lemons or silver beet, or maybe you're growing something in your garden, you're producing more than you need, if you'd like to bring it down to Just Zilch after 4:30 in the afternoon, you'd be very, very welcome.